What's going on, guys? My name is Double Pulse and welcome to Thunder Pulse Gaming. So today I have a very interesting subject that I want to talk about regarding the Nintendo Switch. It's going to kind of segue into two topics, but I think they're very closely related. And the first one being related to the recent thing that Capcom has done with the Resident Evil series. So, for those who have been living under a rock or just do not care or pay attention to Switch news, Capcom has decided to release Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 1, the HD version, and 0 for the Nintendo Switch. And the price is pretty questionable. But more importantly, when you get the game and you realize exactly how lackluster the port is, then it kind of becomes even more questionable. First off, let's talk about the price. You can pay about $30 for each game, which results into $90 if you happen to buy it. And for me, I think the price is a little bit steep. It is very freaking steep for $30 because when you think about this, Resident Evil 4 has been on the PlayStation 4. It has been on the PlayStation 3. I think it's PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, GameCube, so many freaking platforms. But the point is, on this current gen of consoles, it's going for about $20, and you can buy it on PC, you can buy it on Steam, relatively cheaper. So why in the hell is Capcom putting it over to the Switch at $30? Well, folks, it's that good old Switch tax, but I digress. I really think that with the Nintendo Switch, we need to stop making excuses. We need to stop making excuses about how the system is portable, so it must cost more money. You're getting more value. No. Let's cut that fucking excuse right out, because let me explain to you. I don't think that the hardware design should dictate how much a game costs, and it's more especially, I think, that the fact that Nintendo is putting a price hike on these expensive-ass cartridges, that should also be kind of like something to take in consideration as well. But I see this excuse being thrown around, but it's portable. You know, you might as well pay an extra $10 to have Resident Evil 4 on the go. And for some fucking reason, some people, maybe including Capcom, think that is a good enough excuse to say, well, since it is portable, we could charge a $10 extra. And the other issue, too, is that Resident Evil 4 is not even a physical release. This is a digital release. I think the other ones are Resident Evil 1 and 2. One is a physical release, but the other's on a digital code, which you can do. But I'm not even gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it unless it goes on a massive sale. And second of all, I don't even really need to buy it, because this is gonna get into another point that I'm going to make here in a second, that I'm kind of annoyed with the Nintendo Switch a little bit. I love the system, don't get me wrong. I think the system's amazing, but it has its flaws. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the Nintendo Switch is the only console that I'll ever fucking play. What I'm saying is, with Resident Evil, what made it even more insult to injury is the fact that they didn't even add any Switch exclusive features. They were just very lazy with it. They slapped the port together and said they called it a day. They didn't add any of the HD Rumble. They didn't add any of the motion control shit. They didn't add any other quirks that Nintendo Switch users could like. And it's just so if that's the case, why are you fucking charging it $30? Why not just charge it at a simple $20? If it was a simple $20 and I really want to play Resident Evil again, somehow on my toilet, somehow when I'm on the car, on a bus or whatever, I could do $20. But that gets into another concern that I have with a Nintendo Switch. And another issue that I'm kind of irked with. We are getting ports. Now, I have nothing against getting ports. I'm glad that we're getting ports. We're getting AAA quality ports. But I'm also kind of annoyed that when we do get these ports, It's for games that we most likely already fucking own on other platforms. For instance, there are plenty of games that are on the Nintendo Switch that I'm just not going to buy because I own a PS Vita or I own the game on the PS4. So it's like, well, I'm not going to just go with that typical excuse. Well, it's portable. I want to play. I'm going to buy another game a second time. We need to stop being suckers. We need to stand our ground as consumers. We need to be like, hey, this isn't cool. You're price gouging us for a game. Plus, we already own it. And, how about if we even own it, maybe cut us a little discount? I don't know. Or, and I wouldn't say even cut us a little discount and keep the price the same. But, I don't know. There needs to be more parity between these releases. Another thing that kind of gets into that is when, and I think this is other causes why we see games that are already released on the Nintendo Switch and then games that we own, is I would love to see more games that are new AAA titles, make it to the Nintendo Switch at the same time as their competitors do. For instance, good game, whether it's AAA or not, dropped on PS4, same fucking day, Nintendo Switch, same fucking day, Xbox One, same fucking day, PC. That way, when I'm looking at my Nintendo Switch and I am deciding to buy a game for the PS4 or the Nintendo Switch, I don't have to get into that debate on, well, what if this game comes to the Nintendo Switch later? Or, fuck, I already bought it on the PS4. I don't have any need to buy it on the Nintendo Switch unless I really like blowing money and giving Nintendo my wallet. But that's pretty much my rant for the Nintendo Switch. Once again, I must say that I love the Nintendo Switch. This is no means to attack Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, or any of the reviewers. But I do think that we do need some criticism, and we need to step our ground when it comes to these Nintendo Switch games. And speaking of Nintendo Switch games, another thing that I've been kind of irked about is we've been getting mobile ports on Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't have a huge issue with mobile ports on Nintendo Switch if they're good fucking games. What I have an issue with, though, is when the mobile ports decide to price hike and price gouge it by 3 times as much. For example, one of the games, Modern Combat Blackout, is a mobile port, ported to the Nintendo Switch. Dude, that fucking game on mobile is free. It's riddled with ads, but even when it wasn't free, it was at a $5 price tag. Now, when you go on Nintendo Switch, it's $20. Like, what is up with that crap? So, I really think, though, as consumers, when it comes to Nintendo Switch, we need to stop being suckers. We need to stop falling for these traps where it's like, ooh, we're getting a cool game on the Nintendo Switch. We're getting Saints Row 3. Oh, we could play the Saints Row 3 on the PS3 if we own it, but if we don't, that's fine. Buy it on the Nintendo Switch. But, like, the two things I ask from developers is don't price gouge your games. If it's released at $20 on other platforms, release it at $20 on the Nintendo Switch. And second, stop making mediocre ports of old games that we either already have or don't have any exclusive features with the Nintendo Switch. And stop porting your crappy mobile games to the Nintendo Switch platform. And other than that, though, I love the system. I think it's definitely doing well. It's definitely selling millions. And I think that we are going to get some really cool stuff in the Nintendo Switch. One of the games I want to praise, which I don't own, but I want to give major kudos, is to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 was one of those games that released on the Nintendo Switch at the same fucking time as their counterparts. And it actually was pretty damn good. It was a pretty damn good port. You know, it runs at 60. You're obviously cutting out with graphics a little bit. But if you want to play Mortal Kombat on the go, You know, it's a $60 price tag on all consoles. You want to play it on the Nintendo Switch? Bam! Buy it on the Nintendo Switch. You want to play it on PS4? Buy it on PS4. You want to play it on the freaking thing? I just think that when games like that, when we already own them, and we buy them on portable and we already own it, I almost feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of what the Switch is. I love the fact that the Switch is a portable and a hybrid console, so it's like, you know, I would prefer that if the Nintendo Switch version is the one that I want, for sure, I'd prefer to buy it on that one platform and call it a day. Anyway, this is Double Pulse from Thunder Pulse Gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys love commentary videos like this, where I just talk and give my thoughts on the latest gaming news, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, I'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.